Okay, here's a brief update on the Harbor Freight. I made a mistake and they called it a PSI pressure pot, but it's a Harbor Freight pressure pot. It's got a duplex gauge on it. I forgot to mention that. 0 to 30 inches, 0 to 60 PSI. Since there's so much wood in there, I've got all 14 pieces in there. They're pretty close to the top. I'm staging the vacuum in 10-inch increments about 20 minutes apart. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling the vacuum on these up here at the same time so you can kind of see how the bubbles and everything generate. You can see it gauge. I mean, it's already taking it down to nearly 25 inches in just a few seconds. Foaming pretty good in there. That's just the air coming out of the wood. Open this one up over here. Got both generators going now. You can see right here the valves. I don't have to open the valves all the way. They're just partially open. You can see some foaming going on in here. There's not as much foaming up here because this is a harder wood. It's not real punky, so there's not going to be a whole lot of air to pull out of them. But this one, I mean, the gauge is already at 25 inches of vacuum. Like I said, these are both running in tandem off of one compressor. I think I'll open this one up a little bit more here because it's only about 28. Again, I'm running about 60 to 70 psi. These are straight vacuum gauges. I'm about 27 and a half there. This one here looks like I need to open a little bit more. Some of my chambers, homemade chambers, do have some leaks somewhere in there. So what I do is I just usually go back, pull a vacuum. If it stops bubbling, I'll go back, pull a vacuum, close the valve, and just repeat that until I see no more bubbles. When there's not the slightest bubble coming up, you know you've got all the air out of the wood. And just let them soak for a while under the weight. Atmospheric conditions take the lids off and everything, just let them soak. But yeah, this is foaming up pretty good now. That one's foamed up good. Foams have started to subside. Cactus Juice Stabilizing Resin. It's incredible stuff. You need to visit Curtis Seebeck's website, www.turntex.com. It's affordable. It's easy to use. It's something the home hobbyists can do on their own. Get a little toaster oven at Goodwill or a thrift store, calibrate it to 200 degrees. You need to calibrate it. When your pieces come out, kind of squeegee them off, wear your latex, rubber gloves, whatever you got. Squeegee off the excess on the outside and tear you off some little pieces of foil, roll them up like a burrito, put them in the oven. You don't want to overstuff it, but you can put quite a few in there and then bake them. These I cook, the bigger pieces I cook for about 3 hours, 3.5 hours, just to make sure they're bigger. I just want to make sure I get all the resin cured inside. I've never had an issue, never had a failure to where I didn't get total cure. But I'm going to let these two run for a little while, get a good hard vacuum. I'll switch off back and forth between them all, and I'll check back in with y'all later when I'm done before I wrap them so you can kind of see what they look like after they've been juiced. Again, Cactus Juice Stabilizing Resin, heat cured, www.turntex.com. Curtis Seebeck is an awesome guy to talk to. If you have to call him for any reason, if he's not there, he'll call you back, usually in the same day. Very pleasant to talk to, has awesome customer service skills, which are very rare today. But anyway, I'm going to cut it off here. I got a few more things to do, and I'll bring it back in a little bit. Thanks.